So on season 1 yesterday of Puo, we were invited to come through and actually talk about church cults and everything. And if you didn't see it, you're gonna have to go back to your DSTV rewind thingy. I actually got to watch it on the DSTV app. And so I wanted to talk to you guys about what happened in the episode and some of the things that actually come up. But I thought, who better to do this episode with than with Bizret? So we're gonna make it a 2-part episode. On this one, I will explain what happened and the breakdown of the subject, but then the rebuttals or our answers back to what they said, we will have that episode on Bizret's channel. Right about the same time when you're watching this video, his video is going to be there. I'll leave it down in the pinned comment. Bizret, what's up, man?
How's it, man? Yeah, thank you so much for the invite, and I'm excited to be here on Church Reality Check for the first time. So I appreciate the invite.
Awesome stuff. And so, yeah, go check it out. Check out the episode where we are answering to some of those things doctrinally, and then we'll have that conversation over there. Here, I want to just break down what actually happened. And so, what did you think about the episode before we get?
Yeah, look, I mean, I watched it last night. I watched it with my wife, and I didn't say anything to her. And she was the first one who started saying, why isn't she giving him a chance to speak?
Before actually, what does a Christian believe? What does a Sangoma believe? How can combine into a building in the beginning? He said, teaching is crucial. It determines, it separates. Ufa when meeting Hari Batuba believer in trailer, which is on the other side. What did he mean is that practice it no longer recognized on this side.
It's an assumption. Unfortunately, I'm not a guest. You know, if I was
a guest,
if I was a guest, yes, I would quote scriptures that talk about Christ. When Christ was on the mountain, Joshua. So that's why unfortunately I was a guest, because you assume you're not a Sangoma. You are not a Sangoma. There's a lot of assumption. Because
so although she makes it sound like I was not longer speaking in topic or I was not answering her question, she never listened to my full answer. My answer was simple. By understanding what a Sangoma believes and understanding what a Christian believes, when you are listening to a person who is teaching you teachings that are foreign to Christianity, that is the way to know when you are no longer in a church. That was the answer, which was supporting to what Mabochabocho had said. And so only she had listened to the thing, but she had made up her mind at that point. Back to the discussion.
Do not consult a Sangoma. Mara Joseph was a dreamer. Joseph dreamt of what was going to happen. Joseph dreamt of how he was going to take them out. He even took them out. So we can't dismiss those things. Mar. That's why you understand the Christian faith.
Yes.
Right?
The conversation here, the conversation needs to be, what does a Sangoma be?
No. I also feel na ko di culting. YouTube channel. I also feel because because I can't stand there.
We're not going to describe.
Yeah, no. But you have go to the Kirkemalonya di Sangom. Baba ang bacho di Kirkeng bachabeti di Sangom, Macarlivona di Ropa bacho. Jeding. I am mole carofile chikitsepo, ufile chikitusho. We are go murutin, Karabatima Bachuba, Bopushir Bacho Uskaya, but the family da Arwanya in the name of Christianity. Karomungar Naki Ken Apostolo, Omar Kisplako Pushiri, Kapushira Rekabi, Kapushira Ring, Relatela Papa Fel, Arbuelengo topic topic-ing ya lehono. Ntate Peter.
Okay, yeah.
To me, it just kind of seemed like somebody who was insecure about what she believed, but at the same time, she knew you from some way, and so she had all these things that she already wanted to say to you. So it was just a funny episode, man.
Yeah, it was a pretty wild one. I'm glad. First of all, I like the way they structured the episode. Kudos for that one. The points that I actually I raised on the show, I'm glad they actually played most of them. They were cuts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a few cuts, but I'm glad that they didn't just cut out everything. Like, for instance, the point that I raised about when I said, oh, Christians are not judgmental. If you watch that part, it doesn't actually make sense where that statement comes from.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
If you actually see the full footage, she is the one that brought up the subject of Christian being extremely judgmental and stuff like that. And if you watch the video where I'm speaking to Ausbuhle from the soil, I explained that particular point in full extent. Say, you know what? Christians are from a very strict household. They're like your neighbor that is a kid that's not allowed to do whatever he wants and stuff. So I go into full detail of explaining that. And so they cut out a lot of that, but I'm glad that they left that explanation inside. Now, unfortunately, the unpleasant aspect of this particular episode. Dineo is a Inyanga. She is a Sangoma herself. So the host is a Sangoma. That's why she's
makes
called.
It tricky.
Yeah, it makes it tricky. And it explains why she goes a little bit off on me towards the end. Because where have you seen a show where you have a guest and you don't allow the guest to say their final thought?
Do you know what was funny? Do you know what was funny is when she said, if I was a guest, I would have done this, but now I'm the host. And you would think that she would then let you speak from there. No, she carries on as if she's the guest.
And I'm like, you don't do that. Like, I'm not telling you how to do your show, but you don't do that.
No.
Like, you can't say, you can't make the topic now personal, because she was taking it personal when she said, if I was a guest, I would just let you, but no, I'm the guest. So basically she was saying, I'm the boss here. I'm telling you how we're going to run the show.
Yeah.
Now.
But why did you call me?
That's it. Leadership, you know, the heartbreaking part of that show. Like, if you look at me after that.
Yeah, I saw her head went down a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm completely certain that she doesn't want to have a conversation. I'm not really, personally, I was not really concerned that, you know, she's just making me look stupid. I don't care for that. I have my own platform where I can represent my thoughts on the daily basis. I don't care if you make me look stupid on a TV show. I don't care to win a debate. I care to win the heart. You know, they set the show as a discussion, not a debate. And so,
otherwise you could have prepared for a debate.
Hey man, if you really like, you have to, you guys, you should check the second episode, because on the second episode we'll explain how this would have how it contributed to how the discussion went. If it's a debate, I come with the mindset of, oh, okay, when she says this, I have to rebuttal. She has to give me a chance. But then if you are saying, if I was a guest, I would have allowed you to continue speaking. It means that you are now changing the rules on me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And if it's your show, I'm not going to challenge you. Okay, you got your viewers, you have your viewers' respect, and I'm going to give you your platform. You want to handle the conversation like that, it's your platform. It's fine. I don't want to lie to you. After the show, when they said, cut the cameras, I just stood up and I left. I didn't even shake a hand. I didn't say, I don't pretend. I don't like pretending. If we are real on set, let's be real even on things. I just stood up and I just left. And you know, the funny thing is, even the people around could tell
that there was a problem.
Yeah, because the guys the cameraman on there the guy who was the director, those were guys who worked on Ama Bishop. So,
okay.
So they had kind of seen me before and stuff like, and this is the sad part again, which saddened me. They were absolutely enjoying the discussion before
it went there.
Yeah. One of the guys, when she took a break, there was a moment she took a break there before she brought in Mabocho Bocho. And the other guy, cameraman, is like, I am absolutely enjoying this discussion. You know, you don't like it, but there is if you believe something, why are you not fully assured about what you believe?
Yeah.
And
well, she's insecure. I think for me, you asked a good question. What's the belief of Isangoma and of a Christian? For me, that is a brilliant question. Now she must tell us so that she can explain why it's the same, you know, or how you can bring them together. She didn't want to do that.
Oh man, and that's a lost opportunity, by the way, because it would have been an amazing conversation. Because then she pins me. This is fascinating. She pins me as if I was not answering the question.
Yeah.
She says, no. What I asked you was about, and I'm like, but wait.
And then she goes on Ethiopian Bible, and what do those things have to do with Sangom?
Yeah, and that's what we're gonna answer on your video as well. Is that she? I don't know if this. I don't know. I'm not sure how they phrased this how they intended this show to be, because this was not. They did not. If this was the intention from the beginning, this was not a discussion. It was an onslaught on Christianity, maybe it was for her. It was a time for her to kind of give an upper hand on her beliefs and stuff like that. So unfortunately, Gogo Dineo, that one you didn't. If you want to bring up those things, bring them up when it's the topic. That's the topic that you want us to have. You have a platform for that. Fine. Let's have that conversation.
Let's have that conversation,
Yeah, I mean, like,
yes, yeah.
Why are you doing that?
The sarcasm that she's trying to, it's like she's not willing to listen to you, but she wants to call you a scholar. You know what I'm saying? It's like how do you bring these things together? Because you bring somebody who's an expert in something, let them give you their perspective at least. You can even say, no, I don't agree, but let's move on,
Also was a very sad thing. She kept between segments. And so, guys, that's the breakdown that I wanted to really just give. First of all, I do have issues with Moja Love. I think I'll make it a separate episode. They're really taking advantage of people, and I don't think it's a good direction. When you talk about the work that I did with them for Ama Bishop, all the way to this particular example right here where they invited me, and then on the last minute, okay, it shows that they don't value the time we give them without pay, by the way.
No, they don't.
They don't value. So next time when you call me, why should I pick up the call? But I'll make that video to address those particular. Yeah, because it's very, it's insulting. Like there are episodes there's an episode that I shot last year around June. I gave a teaser of the episode. I never published the episode because I wanted them to talk about it. So they kept asking me for stories and stories and stories. So I said, no, I'm not giving you any stories until you do this story. So if you want other stories, first cover this story. And so I was very insisting on particularly two stories. There's a story of the guys that died at Hamas Kral, because I had an interview with one guy who had been there and stuff. So I didn't want to publish that video until they have covered it. And so they are not acknowledging how much we are giving them. So that's a different thing. I'll address that on the particular episode.
No
Leadership, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, thanks for the invite. Look forward to the second one.
Awesome. So guys, you can check out the video where we break down the teachings part of it in the pinned comment. I'll see you guys over there. Y'all have a good one.